Thinking about visiting the US for the first time? From New York's bright lights to the Grand Canyon's breathtaking views and Route 66 road trips to sunny beaches. The biggest challenge? Not deciding if you should go, but figuring out where to start. Stick with me and I'll help you find your perfect American adventure.
Hey traveler, thinking about your first US trip but don't know where to start? Whether it's New York's bright lights, the Grand Canyon's epic views, sunny beaches, or legendary road trips and bucket list adventures, the options are endless. Stick with me, and I'll help you choose the American journey you'll never forget. The US isn't just big, it's massive. And for first-time visitors, the hardest part isn't going, it's choosing where to start. To make it easier, let's pick a theme. We'll explore iconic cities, stunning national parks, historic landmarks, world-famous beaches, theme parks, and more to help you choose your ultimate American adventure. Let's start with America's big cities, the ultimate playgrounds for first-time visitors. Towering landmarks, world-class museums, non-stop nightlife, legendary shopping, and food from every corner of the globe. Fast, vibrant, and full of energy, these cities are your front-row ticket to American culture. New York City. From the iconic Statue of Liberty to the dazzling chaos of Times Square, the Big Apple delivers that classic America vibe you've seen in movies. This is a city where over 180 nationalities live side by side, offering you a world of food, music, and culture in a single day. Every neighborhood has a new secret to uncover, from the soul of Harlem to the artsy streets of Greenwich Village. Broadway shows, world-class museums, rooftop bars, jazz clubs, and shopping on Fifth Avenue. It's endless. This is New York, the city that never sleeps. Washington, D.C. is the heart of American history, politics, and culture. Stand before the White House, U.S. Capitol, and Lincoln Memorial. Then look up at the towering Washington Monument, all just steps apart. Explore the Smithsonian museums. They're totally free. They take you from outer space to ancient history to fine art, making it feel like the ultimate classroom without walls. Powerful memorials like those for Vietnam veterans and Martin Luther King create moments that truly hit home. With embassies, global food, and eclectic buzzing neighborhoods, D.C. feels like the world's capital too. With the National Mall tying it all together, you can see the greatest hits just by walking or biking its tree-lined paths.
Chicago, the Windy City, packs it all into one destination. Big city energy, rich culture, and stunning views. This city is a masterpiece with an incredible skyline, sandy beaches, and endless bike trails along Lake Michigan. Art lovers can get lost in the Art Institute, while foodies can get their hands on a real deep dish pizza. And if you love music, you can hear world-famous blues and jazz everywhere you go. Boston, known as Beantown, has it all. Revolutionary war sites, top universities, and a beautiful coastline. Every cobblestone street tells a story. Imagine walking the Freedom Trail and feeling American history come to life. The city buzzes with top universities like Harvard and MIT, while neighborhoods from Beacon Hill to Quincy Market mix old-world beauty with modern vibes. And with Cape Cod, Salem, and Nantucket just nearby, Boston is both a destination and a perfect launchpad. Miami is pure magic, with cultural fusion, sunshine, and stunning beaches. Spend your days on iconic South Beach, surrounded by Art Deco architecture. When the sun goes down, the city comes alive with Latin music and rooftop parties. From the colorful streets of Little Havana to the murals of Wynwood, Miami is a cultural and artistic hotspot. When you're ready for more, you can explore the Everglades or escape to the Florida Keys. Orlando is Florida's ultimate playground, the world's theme park capital. Walt Disney World, Universal, and SeaWorld bring legendary rides, shows, and non-stop fun for all ages. With year-round sunshine, you've also got water parks, pools, and championship golf. Shoppers hit giant outlets or luxury malls, while nights light up with dinner shows and live entertainment. And just beyond the city, the Kennedy Space Center takes you face-to-face with rockets and astronauts. Los Angeles is where Hollywood dreams meet California sunshine. Stroll the Hollywood Walk of Fame, snap the Hollywood sign, or take a studio tour where movie magic comes alive. Just minutes away, Venice, Santa Monica, and Malibu beaches deliver classic SoCal vibes, while Universal Studios and Disneyland bring non-stop thrills. From Beverly Hills to Koreatown to Olvera Street, every neighborhood tells a story. San Francisco, the city by the bay, blends world-famous landmarks with a culture all its own. Feel the rush as you ride a historic cable car up steep streets, cross the Golden Gate Bridge, or take in the sweeping views from the top of the city's hills. Experience the rich history of Alcatraz Island and watch the playful sea lions at Fisherman's Wharf. Wander through the bustling streets of Chinatown, sip coffee in North Beach, or enjoy the street art of the Mission District. With its easy access to wine country, redwoods, and epic Pacific Coast drives, San Francisco is an unforgettable destination. Las Vegas, famously known as Sin City, is unique. An entertainment capital where bigger, bolder, and more outrageous is the norm. From the wild themes of the Strip to the neon lights of Fremont Street, Las Vegas glitters with world-famous casinos and mega-resorts, each one a destination of its own. Beyond the shows and gambling, a culinary adventure awaits, with celebrity chef dining and legendary buffets, while adventurers can slip away to the Grand Canyon or Red Rock Canyon. New Orleans, the Big Easy, offers a vibe like nowhere else. As the birthplace of jazz, music pours from every street corner, club, and bar. Its French, Spanish, African, and Caribbean roots shape colorful architecture, traditions, and food. The French Quarter charms with its iconic wrought iron balconies, Bourbon Street buzzes with nightlife and brass bands, and the Mississippi River keeps rolling by. And of course, there's the biggest party of all, Mardi Gras. Dallas blends Texas charm, modern flair, and rich history. Experience cowboy culture at rodeos or the Fort Worth Stockyards, then step into history at the 6th Floor Museum, telling JFK's story. The Dallas Arts District, the largest in the U.S., buzzes with museums and theaters. Foodies dig into smoky barbecue, bold Tex-Mex, and a booming fine dining scene. Atlanta mixes Southern hospitality, rich history, and big city excitement. Explore the Martin Luther King Jr. National Historical Park and the Center for Civil and Human Rights, then see why the city is called the Hollywood of the South, with movies and shows filmed all over town. Visit the Georgia Aquarium, one of the largest in the world, the Porsche Experience Center, and the lush Botanical Garden, or dive into Atlanta's powerhouse music scene from hip-hop to R&B. After the big cities, America's crown jewels are its national parks, home to some of the most breathtaking landscapes on Earth. Picture towering mountains, vast deserts, lush forests, and dramatic canyons all in one country. Here you can hike, camp, spot incredible wildlife, and at night, gaze up at skies so clear they explode with stars. Among all U.S. national parks, none captivates quite like the Grand Canyon. It's an awe-inspiring natural wonder and a timeless symbol of America's wild beauty. This geological masterpiece reveals nearly 2 billion years of Earth's history in its colorful layers. Here you can hike along the rim, ride mules along winding trails, raft the Colorado River, or simply soak in the spectacular views. It's not just a place to visit, it's an experience that will last a lifetime. Yosemite National Park is unforgettable. Towering icons like Half Dome, El Capitan, and Glacier Point draw millions each year, while spring snowmelt transforms the park into a wonderland of roaring waterfalls. Every season brings its own beauty, from summer meadows to fiery fall colors to winter's snow-draped cliffs. Hike peaceful valley trails or tackle epic backcountry treks. Spot wildlife like black bears and mule deer. Yellowstone is like nowhere else on Earth. It's a land of geothermal wonders where you can watch erupting geysers like Old Faithful and marvel at rainbow-colored hot springs and steaming mud pots. Set against a backdrop of stunning canyons, rivers, and waterfalls, Yellowstone is one of the best places in the world to see wildlife up close, including bison, bears, elk, and maybe even a wolf roam free. Glacier National Park feels like a lost world, a place of raw, pristine beauty with towering peaks, turquoise lakes, and valleys carved by ice to create views that look like a painting. Drive the legendary Going to the Sun Road, hike over 700 miles of trails, from peaceful lakeside walks to rugged backcountry treks. Wildlife is everywhere, from grizzlies, moose, and mountain goats to soaring eagles. Zion National Park is unreal, a place where towering red rock cliffs glowing in the sun create one of the Southwest's most unforgettable views. Adventurers come from around the world to hike epic trails like Angel's Landing with its heart-pounding heights, or the Narrows, where you wade through a river framed by massive sandstone walls. Bryce Canyon feels like another planet. This is home to thousands of hoodoos, fiery, spire-shaped rocks that glow in shades of red, orange, and pink under wide alpine skies. Sunrise and Sunset Point deliver jaw-dropping views, while cool mountain air makes it a refreshing escape from the desert below. When night falls, the park reveals some of the darkest skies in America, perfect for unforgettable stargazing.
Acadia National Park is New England's crown jewel. Rugged cliffs, pounding surf, and sweeping Atlantic views all in one place. Climb Cadillac Mountain and be among the first in the U.S. to see the sunrise. Drive the scenic Park Loop Road, hike hundreds of trails, and spot incredible wildlife like bald eagles and seals and even whales offshore. Nearby Bar Harbor adds small-town charm with its incredible seafood and salty maritime vibe.
Everglades National Park is a one-of-a-kind ecosystem. Just next door to Miami, it is the largest subtropical wilderness in the U.S. Its mangroves and sawgrass marshes teem with incredible wildlife. Alligators bask on the banks, manatees drift through the water, dolphins slice the waves, and brilliant birds fill the skies. From thrilling airboat rides to peaceful kayak paddles, the Everglades are a one-of-a-kind experience. Step back in time to where America's story was written. Legendary battlefields and iconic landmarks that shaped the nation. For international visitors, guided tours, self-guided driving routes, and even dramatic battle reenactments and living history programs make it easy to imagine what it was like when these fields were once at the heart of America's fight for its future. Just a short trip from Washington, D.C., Baltimore, and Philadelphia, Gettysburg is the site of the Civil War's largest and bloodiest battle, over 51,000 casualties in just 3 days. Today, the 4,000-acre battlefield is beautifully preserved, bringing a pivotal moment in American history to life. You can walk the same fields, stone walls, and farmhouses where it all happened. Highlights include the Gettysburg National Cemetery, where Lincoln delivered his famous address, and explore countless memorials. Just outside Washington, D.C., Manassas National Battlefield Park takes you back to the opening chapters of the Civil War. Here, the first and second battles of Bull Run erupted, the war's first major clashes that shocked the nation. The fields, farmhouses, and monuments look much like they did in the 1860s, letting you picture the chaos of battle. Scenic trails trace troop movements, while wide-open vistas and seasonal wildflowers add beauty to a place forever marked by history.
Not far from Washington, D.C., Antietam National Battlefield marks the bloodiest single day in American history. On September 17, 1862, over 23,000 soldiers fell in just 12 hours, and the Union's hard-fought victory gave Lincoln the momentum to issue the Emancipation Proclamation. Today, the fields, bridges, and farms look much as they did when this quiet countryside witnessed a battle that changed the course of the nation.
In South Carolina's Low Country, Fort Sumter marks the flashpoint of the Civil War, where the very first shots were fired, igniting a conflict that changed America forever. Accessible only by boat, the fort rises from Charleston Harbor. Inside, you'll find original brick walls, cannons, and exhibits that bring the opening bombardment to life. It's a powerful symbol of America's greatest division.
On the bluffs of the Mississippi, Vicksburg National Military Park marks one of the Civil War's most decisive moments, where the pivotal siege of Vicksburg gave the Union control of the Mississippi River and helped turn the tide of the Civil War. You can walk the preserved trenches and earthworks and tour a fully restored Civil War ironclad boat. Just minutes from New Orleans, Chalmette Battlefield takes you back to 1815 and the dramatic Battle of New Orleans, the final clash of the War of 1812. This is where General Andrew Jackson's forces stunned the British in a decisive victory that electrified the young nation. Today, you can walk the same open fields and earthworks with the Mississippi River as a backdrop.
Just minutes from Baltimore, Fort McHenry National Monument is a timeless symbol of American resilience. During the War of 1812, this fort repelled a massive British attack, inspiring Francis Scott Key to write The Star-Spangled Banner, America's national anthem.
With sweeping views of Baltimore's harbor, visitors can walk the original walls, explore historic barracks and cannons, and step into the atmosphere of a 19th-century stronghold.
Just outside Boston, Minuteman National Historical Park takes you straight to the opening shots of the American Revolution and the birthplace of a nation. This is where the shot heard round the world ignited America's fight for independence. You can walk or drive the same path where colonial militia and British troops clashed and explore authentic 18th century homes and taverns and classic New England landscape. Just outside Philadelphia, Valley Forge is where Washington's 12,000 Continental Army troops endured cold, hunger, and hardship during a brutal winter, only to emerge stronger, turning the tide of the Revolution. The park occupies 3,500 acres, where you can walk the same rolling fields, step inside reconstructed log huts, and see Washington's headquarters, a stone house on the Schuylkill River. Saratoga National Historical Park is where American forces won a stunning victory that convinced France to join the Revolution, turning the tide of the war. Walk through rolling farmland and original fortifications that look just as they did centuries ago, and see monuments honoring the soldiers who fought here. It's a beautiful and historic place where independence gained unstoppable momentum. In autumn, brilliant foliage makes this battlefield even more breathtaking. Yorktown Battlefield is where the American Revolution reached its dramatic finale. This is where Washington's army and their French allies trapped the British in a decisive siege that forced surrender and sealed America's independence. Today, you can walk the same earthworks, see the cannons still in place, and step into buildings where history turned. Set on the scenic York River and framed by colonial streets, Yorktown pairs perfectly with Williamsburg and Jamestown for a full journey through America's fight for freedom. Close to Yellowstone and Mount Rushmore, Little Bighorn Battlefield is one of the most moving sites in American history. Here, Lakota, Northern Cheyenne, and Arapaho warriors united to defeat Custer's 7th Cavalry in a clash that shaped the American West. Today, the rolling hills and open plains, all set against Montana's vast skies, look much as they did that day, with monuments and grave markers honoring both Native warriors and U.S. soldiers. Mount Rushmore is one of America's most iconic landmarks, an engineering marvel carved into South Dakota's Black Hills. The 60-foot faces of Washington, Jefferson, Roosevelt, and Lincoln stand as enduring symbols of leadership and history, framed by rugged forests and dramatic cliffs. Perfectly placed for adventure, Mount Rushmore pairs with the Badlands, Crazy Horse Memorial, Devil's Tower, and even Yellowstone for an unforgettable journey. Just a short trip from Mount Rushmore, Devil's Tower rises from the plains, a massive volcanic monolith unlike anything else on Earth, one of the most unique landmarks in North America. Its sheer cliffs and striking columns make it a world-class climbing destination and a breathtaking sight from every angle. Surrounded by forests and grasslands, it's alive with wildlife and stunning views. And for movie buffs, its starring role in Close Encounters of the Third Kind only adds to its mystique. For many international travelers, America's beaches are the main event, each with its own feel and adventure. Each coastline has its own vibe: Florida's white sands, California's rugged cliffs, and South Carolina's energetic shores. Think Miami's lively sands, Malibu's legendary waves, Santa Monica's iconic pier, or the energy of Myrtle Beach. With year-round sun, beach life here means paddleboarding, jet skiing, volleyball, bonfires, and nightlife that goes till dawn. The United States is a land of extremes, where every kind of landscape comes to life. Towering Rocky Mountains, Appalachians, and Sierra Nevadas offer world-class adventure, while the Great Plains stretch endlessly across the heartland. In the Southwest, deserts blaze with cacti and surreal rock formations, while lush forests blanket the Pacific Northwest and Southeast. Coastlines range from Florida's white sands to California's iconic beaches and New England's rugged cliffs. Add in the mighty Mississippi, the Great Lakes holding 21% of Earth's fresh water, and Niagara Falls, and you have a country overflowing with outdoor adventure and unforgettable beauty. Beyond cities and monuments, America offers cultural adventures that bring history to life. Step into cowboy culture at Dude Ranches.
Join cattle drives and cheer at rodeos with bull riding, barrel racing, and roping. Walk the streets of frontier towns like Tombstone, Dodge City, and Deadwood. The red sand landscapes of Monument Valley will make you feel like you've stepped right into a classic Western film. Ride covered wagons along the Oregon, Chisholm, and Mormon trails. Relive the 1800s at Mountain Man Rendezvous with black powder rifles, tomahawks, blacksmithing, and campfire cooking. Celebrate Native heritage at the Gathering of Nations, the largest powwow in North America. Stroll the antebellum South in Charleston, Savannah, and New Orleans, or tour plantation estates. And cap it all off aboard a stern-wheeler riverboat down the Mississippi, Ohio, or Columbia, drifting back to the golden age of Mark Twain and riverboat gamblers.
To wrap it all up, no first-time U.S. adventure feels complete without experiencing the legendary Great American Road Trip, a timeless rite of passage that gives you the freedom to explore the country at your own pace. Some travelers rent cars and stay in charming inns or boutique hotels, while others go all in with RVs, campers, or motorhomes, embracing the thrill of roaming wherever the road takes them.
Few journeys capture the imagination like Route 66, the mother road from Chicago to Los Angeles, lined with neon signs, diners, and Americana. For coastal beauty, the Pacific Coast Highway runs 1,650 miles from Washington's rainforests to San Diego's cliffs. In the east, the Blue Ridge Parkway links Shenandoah and Smoky Mountains, glowing with autumn color. The Overseas Highway crosses 42 bridges through the turquoise waters of the Florida Keys, while the Great River Road follows the Mississippi from Minnesota to the Gulf. Out west, Utah's Mighty Five, Arches, Bryce Canyon, Canyonlands, Capitol Reef, and Zion deliver jaw-dropping desert scenery. And for a quieter journey, the Natchez Trace Parkway traces a 10,000-year-old route rich with native, frontier, and Civil War history.
The United States is a place where every traveler can live their own story. Feel the energy of neon-lit cities, walk through history that shaped a nation, stand beneath towering peaks, bask on sunlit beaches, or follow the call of the open road. This is where history comes alive, landscapes stop you in your tracks, and every mile adds another chapter. The only question is where your journey begins, because your first American adventure will be nothing short of unforgettable.